So we now have officially signed our third NFL quarterback. And this one is going to be the actual backup to Jake Browning. Brett Rypien is the official backup to Jake Browning. So we signed Brett Rypien, who's already been on the press squad, so we really didn't sign him. We're just promoting him to the active roster, who is getting signed to the active. Technically, he's getting signed. We got Mike White, Sean Clifford. So right now, technically speaking, if we elevated all, we would have 4 quarterbacks. We got Jake, Brett, Mike White, and Sean Clifford. Hey, one of them has to work, right? At the end of the day, one of these options has to work. Which one will it be? The world may never know. But one of them has to work in the end. And we're about to find out this upcoming week which one of these options is the correct option. At the end of the day, it's going to be an interesting season, Anyway, so this guy right here, if you don't know who he is, he's actually only 29 years old, okay. Played for Denver for 3 years, and then he played for the Rams in 2023. He became our press squad quarterback this offseason, and overall-wise, he has a 2-2 record in the NFL. Obviously, again, like I said before, I think this just kind of confirms Jake Browning is the starter, and it is Jake Browning's job to lose. Now, I'm not sure at what point they would, theoretically speaking, pull Jake Browning. Like, if, let's say, for example, we go out against the Vikings and he has those 3 interception game like he had last week, at what point do they just say, okay, no, this is it. Like, we're going to have to pull you and put in Brett. I'm going to assume that the leash on Jake is very, very long. Like, I'm assuming that this is really just a in case he gets injured type of scenario rather than a, hey, we're doing this based on the performance of Jake. I don't think Jake can, realistically speaking, lose his job. Again, if they would have went out there, and I think if they would have traded for someone, or maybe like if they would have traded for Jameis Winston or traded for Jimmy G or traded for whoever, I think there would be more emphasis of, okay, this is more than just Jake, you messed up, you lose your job. That I feel like would be more of, okay, this is like, a little bit more significance. I feel like this is just kind of like, hey, we need another body on the roster. We also picked up some other press squad guys because I'm sure throughout this week they're going to be putting these guys through the races. They're going to be having these guys do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And when you got 3 quarterbacks, kind of fighting for that second job, right now Brett is the initial 53-man roster guy, but it doesn't mean in the future that might not change, right? In the future, we might see someone else get that, opportunity, right? So this is just the right now. The right now is it's Brett's job to lose. It's Brett's job to lose as the backup. Moving forward, though, it could be anybody. So, yeah, this is life, and we just kind of have to roll with the punches and roll with the fact that this is kind of just how it works. It is what it is, man. Just get one day at a time, take one game at a time, and I think we'll be fine personally. I'm not worried about this. I think we're going to have a great season, and I think Jake's going to take us to the promised land. But I will say that it's definitely one of those scenarios where we might see more than just Jake. We might end up seeing other players as well, depending on how they want to go about this and how much of a leash they're going to put on Jake. My assumption is the leash is very long, but who knows? Maybe the leash is not. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Do you think the leash is very long on Jake? Or do you think it's going to be like, hey, if he has another 3 interception game, we might be talking about Brett? it's like I don't know, man. I'm torn. I am torn, and I just know one thing that I think we can beat the Vikings, and I think I'm very confident in that. So I'm very happy we play the Vikings next. Thank you, everything that we don't play like the Ravens or something, or a really tough team, because man, that would be so painful to watch. Or like playing the Steelers or something like that. Like, I'm actually happy also we don't play the Browns again anytime soon. I mean, honestly, AFC North matchups, we don't play our first or second one until what, week 8, week 9, and then we play the Ravens week 11, week 13, and then we play the Browns week 18. So, whew, just give us time to chillax.